Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be giving you some books that are on Kindle Unlimited. Now if you don't know what Kindle Unlimited is, it is a subscription that you can get on Amazon where you pay so much a month. So for example in the UK it is $7.99. I'm pretty sure in the US it's $9.99. So I'm going to be giving you some of those books, so let's get right into it. Okay, the first one that you can get from Kindle Unlimited is the cheat sheet. Now I haven't read this personally, but I've heard that it's so good. And apparently it's about someone who plays football and someone who does ballerina, and they're like best friends. So yeah, it sounds really good, and I'm planning on reading it very soon. But yeah, I recommend it that you read it because it does sound good, and I have heard a lot of good things about it. And when I read it, I'll give you my opinion, but that'll be very soon. The next one that you can get is Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. Now, this is so good. I'm glad that you can get this on Kindle Unlimited, let me just say that. I'm going to read the description for you. Morgan Grant and her 16-year-old daughter, Clara, would like nothing more than to be nothing alike. Morgan is determined to prevent her daughter from making the same mistake she did. By getting pregnant and married way too young, Morgan put her own dreams on hold. Clara doesn't want to follow in her mother's footsteps. Her predictable mother doesn't have a spontaneous bone in her body. With the varying personalities and conflicting goals, Morgan and Clara find it increasingly difficult to coexist. The only person who can bring peace to the household is Chris, Morgan's husband, Clara's father, and the family anchor. But that peace is shattered when Chris is involved in the tragic, unquestionable accident. The heartbreaking and long-lasting consequence will reach far beyond just Morgan and Clara. While struggling to rebuild everything that crashes around them, Morgan finds comfort in the last person she expected to, and Clara turns to the one boy she's been forbidden to see. With each passing day, new secrets, resentment, and misunderstanding make mother and daughter fall further apart, so far apart it might be impossible for them to ever fall back together. That even sounds good, and I recommend that you read it because it's so good. The next thing you can get on Kindle Unlimited, now this is a series, is the Ravenhead series. Personally, again, I haven't read this, but I really want to read it because I watched Larry Reed's, I think it was one of her TikToks, and she cried over it. She said it was so good that it kind of ruined her, so I want to read that. And I have heard some people say it's not good and that they've stopped reading it and stuff, so it is a conflicted review of the book, the series. But I'm going to trust Larry Reed's review on it, and I really want to read it. So the next thing that you can get is the Full Tilt duet. So it has a Full Tilt and then All In, and I have heard these are really good. Now I haven't read these, like I said, but apparently they're really good. I think, if I remember correctly, I heard Steph Voya talk about this, but I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I did, and that's where I got this series from. So I'll read the description to you so you can get a better understanding of what it's about. I would love you forever if I only had the chance. Casey Dawson has always lived life on the edge, impulsively, sometimes recklessly, and now as a lead guitarist for a hot up-and-coming band, she is poised at the brink of fame and fortune. But she's torn between wanting to be a serious musician and the demons that lure her down the glittering but alcohol-soaked path of rock stardom. A wrecked concert in Las Vegas threatens to ruin her career entirely. She wakes up with the hangover from hell and no memory of the night before or how she ended up on her limo driver's couch. Jonah Fletcher is running out of time. He knows his situation is hopeless, and he's vowed to make the most of the handful of months he has left to him. His plans include seeing the opening of his glass installation at a prestigious art gallery. They do not include falling in love with a wild, tempestuous rock musician who wound up passed out on his couch. John sees that Casey is on the path of self-destruction. He lets her crash with him for a few days to dry out and get her head on straight, but neither of them expected a deep connection they felt, or how that connection could grow so fast. From friendship, it's sometimes more, something deep and pure and life-changing, something as fragile as glass that they both know will shatter in the end, no matter how hard they try to hold on to it. So yeah, I just think that sounds so good. And I'm guessing from the sounds of it, it's going to be a very sad book. So it seems like if I want to read that, I'm going to have to be in the right headspace to cry. So don't read it on a happy day, because that would completely ruin your day, wouldn't it? So yeah, I suppose I recommend that you read it if you want a sad book, I guess, because it does sound good. So next thing that you can get on Kindle Limited, it's another series, and that is the Sin and State series. Now I have heard some people say that this is good. I have only read the first book. You can probably see it up there. It's very messy because I've got loads of books off at the moment. But they're vicious. That's the first book. But then there is Defy, Ruka, Scandalous, and Bane. So I am currently reading Defy. I'm not very far into it, so I don't know much about it. But I do believe Defy is where the teacher she dates her student, so it's older woman, young guy thing, which I'm not normally a fan of. But I mean, it's good at the moment from what I've read. But I'm very happy that you can get the whole series on Kindle Unlimited, because the series is a 5 book series and it's very expensive. So yeah, I've got the first book, but I can also read the rest on Kindle Unlimited and not worry about having to spend a lot of money on the series. The next thing you can get is the Voya series. Now, I have had this so good, and it's got different tropes. So I think if I can find out, let me see. Voya, the first one, is a student-teacher romance, which I think I knew. The second one is a MMF-MM romance. The third one doesn't tell me. I couldn't. Okay, that doesn't tell me, so I don't know. I'd have to look into that. 4 is a surprise pregnancy. Now, I'm not normally into the whole surprise pregnancy thing, but again, I've heard that it's good, so I want to read it. And then the 5th one, it doesn't say, and the 6th one is Friends to Lovers Age Gap Romance. So it sounds really good. Then the next thing you can get is the Corrupt by Benedict Douglas, which is the Devil's Night series. So you can get Corrupt, Hideaway, Kill Switch, and Nightfall. Oh, and the novella Fire Night. Again, I've heard conflicted reviews on this. Some people say it's not good, some people say that it is. I've heard more that it's good, so that's why I want to read it. And I've been meaning to read this for a while. I don't see it happening this year, but hopefully next year. The next one you can get is Twisted Love by Anna Huang, and you can also get the second one, which is Twisted Games. I am currently reading Twisted Love. I am 215 pages in, and let me just say, it is so good, so good. I was going through a really bad reading slump where it would take me ages to read books. That book definitely got me out of it, and I'm only 215 pages in. And I'm hoping to finish that today, actually. But yeah, it's so good. So if you have not read that book at the moment, you should go and read it. Get Kindle Unlimited, go and read that book, or buy it, whatever. It's just so good, wow. So that's the end of this video. I really hope you enjoy. If you want a part 2, comment down below, because I would happily do another one of these videos. I had a lot of fun. So if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I really hope to see you all in my next video. Bye!